Garver lives in Springfield now, but that always wasn't the case. She spent decades as a nurse in VA centers across the country, and before that, served time in a war zone. Her message now: sacrifice is required for everyone in the armed forces, whether on the front lines or helping troops after the fighting's over.
There were 6 kids in our family. So, and Dad was determined all 6 of us would have a college education.
Springfield resident Joan Garvert recalls what it was like to be a young woman attending college in the 60s.
In those days, there were 2 professions for women, nurses or teachers.
It was a decision Garvert says came fairly easy. As a sophomore, she took up nursing at Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. But shortly after, the Army came calling.
The recruiters hit all the nursing schools, and we're looking for people, and say willing. It was called the Army Student Nurse Program.
Garvert says that's when she decided to enlist to help pay for her education.
I just didn't think I was brave enough to go.
But it wasn't long before she realized her decision came with a catch.
What they failed to mention, by volunteering for the Army, you were actually volunteering to go to Vietnam or wherever.
Almost 7 months after graduating from SIU, and at just 21 years old, Garvert was told to report to Vietnam as a nurse. And she admits tending to the troops had its difficult moments.
We'd have swelling of the entire arm and shoulder, or like a gentleman bumped his leg into a foot locker and a hematoma developed under that, which was an infection.
After 1 year of service in Vietnam, Garvert returned home, but says it wasn't easy.
And you just knew there was going to be a lot of action and that they were going to need help, and you hated to come home when they would need help.
Garvert decided to keep giving that help to veterans for 30 years at VA hospitals all over the country, from St. Louis to Florida. Today, she's still involved in several local veteran organizations, including time as national treasurer for the Women's Overseas Service League. Aside from camaraderie, she says these organizations provide a way, as always, for her to give back.
We don't have plentiful money, but we like to be able to do things for other veterans.